In the glittering yet often gossipy realm of Hollywood romances, few topics ignite as much buzz as age differences between partners. And Russell Crowe's relationship with his girlfriend Britney Theriot is a prime example that has everyone talking. But here's where it gets controversial. The actor himself has stepped in to set the facts straight, revealing details that challenge the rampant speculations. Stick around as we dive into the heart of this story, unpacking not just the numbers, but the deeper layers of love, life choices, and personal transformations that make it so fascinating. Russell Crowe, the acclaimed star born in New Zealand, recently took to the social media platform X to address the persistent rumors swirling around his romance with Britney Theriot. For those new to the topic, an age gap relationship simply means a significant difference in years between partners. And in this case, it had been wildly exaggerated by fans and media alike. Crowe clarified that the true gap is 18 years, not the 30 years some had assumed or fabricated. He expressed frustration, noting, "I have clarified this on many occasions, but some people prefer the fiction. It is so ungentlemanly to do this. However, my lovely Britney is 42 years of age. I am 61. It's a reminder that in the fast-paced world of celebrity news, facts can get muddled, and sometimes a direct voice is needed to cut through the noise. Much like how a clear headline can clarify a complex plot in a movie. To help beginners grasp this better, think of it like reading a book summary. You get the gist, but the full story reveals nuances." The couple's journey began on a professional note when they met on the set of the film Broken City back in 2013, at a time when Britney was still pursuing her acting career. It wasn't until 2020, after she stepped away from Hollywood to build a new path, that their connection became public knowledge. Now, as a successful real estate agent, Britney transitioned smoothly into a different chapter of life, making her debut on the red carpet alongside Russell in 2022. Imagine shifting careers from the spotlight to something more grounded. It's a relatable example of how people evolve and find happiness outside their original fields. And this is the part most people miss. Despite the buzz, Crowe has been adamant about keeping things low-key. Fans have speculated wildly, especially after spotting Britney at Wimbledon sporting a stunning engagement ring, hinting at possible wedding bells. Yet, in a candid interview with 60 Minutes, Russell firmly stated that marriage isn't in the cards for him again. "All these reports coming out that Britney and I are engaged and I'm going to get married again? No. My life is joyous and happy. Why ruin that with a wedding?" He shared, he elaborated, "I'm not going to get married again. Doing it once is cool, but I don't want to get married again. I know how it can go and where it can go, so I don't need to go to that place." For those wondering about the wisdom behind this, it's a personal philosophy. After one marriage, some people prefer the freedom of commitment without the ceremony, appreciating the joys of partnership without the pressures that legal vows can bring. Think of it as savoring a favorite meal without needing the full restaurant experience every time. Expanding on this, Crowe spoke warmly about his longtime partner, emphasizing mutual respect and contentment. "We respect each other and wake up with a smile, and we are very happy," he said. This ties into his past, as he divorced Danielle Spencer after 9 years of marriage in 2012, with the split finalized in 2018. Despite the end of their union, they've maintained a strong friendship, sharing 2 sons, Charles and Tennyson. Danielle herself has echoed this positivity, telling Stella magazine, "We have a lot of respect for each other, and I consider him to be a member of my family. The marriage ended, but that didn't mean our friendship ended." It's a heartwarming example of how ex-partners can co-parent amicably and even build enduring bonds, showing that relationships don't have to end on bitter notes. much like how some friendships outlast romantic chapters in real life. But here's where it gets interesting and potentially divisive. Crowe's views come amid his own remarkable personal overhaul. After wrapping up filming for Nuremberg in 2024, he embarked on a weight loss journey that captured widespread attention. For beginners curious about such transformations, weight loss often involves a mix of diet tweaks, exercise, and sometimes medical aids, and Crowe's story illustrates this vividly. Starting at 277 pounds, he shed more than 55 pounds by cutting back on alcohol and ramping up physical activity. On the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he explained his approach. "I'm the big proponent for having a drink. It's my cultural heritage, and as a working-class man, it's my right." Yet, he added, "But as you get older, there are certain things you start to learn about your capacities. I try not to have casual drinks now, having a drink for the sake of it." This subtle shift highlights a common life lesson. As we age, our bodies might need adjustments, like reducing habits that once felt essential. He also credited medical interventions for his success, receiving treatments and injections for knee and shoulder injuries that allowed him to exercise pain-free. "It's calmed down my body's inflammation," he noted. "It's calmed down a bunch of stuff and it's taken a bunch of pain away. So I can go and work out and not have to suffer for 2 or 3 hours afterwards." For those new to this, inflammation is the body's natural response to injury, but chronic issues can hinder movement. Treatments like injections can reduce swelling, making activities like workouts more enjoyable and effective, akin to oiling a rusty bike chain to make riding smoother. Now let's pause for a thought-provoking twist. In an era where age gap relationships and remarriage are hotly debated, does Crowe's choice to skip another wedding reflect a broader shift in how society views commitment? Some might argue it's liberating, prioritizing happiness over tradition, while others could see it as avoiding responsibility. And on the flip side, his weight loss saga, with its nod to cultural drinking habits, might spark discussions on balancing heritage with health. Controversial, right? After all, not everyone agrees that moderate drinking is always a right, especially when health is at stake. What are your takes? Do age differences in relationships bother you? Or do you think love transcends numbers? Should marriage always be the goal in committed partnerships? Or is Crowe's joyous and happy life a valid alternative? Share your opinions in the comments below. We'd love to hear differing views and keep the conversation going.